So here's where the fun part begins. I'm putting in my wood burning stove, and first I zipped in this heat resistant insert, not realizing that I needed to cut the hole into it before I put it up. So I put it in just to take it back out and take it out to the picnic table and cut a hole in it and fit the fireproof or heat-proof little gasket into it. This was a lot easier looking than it was to accomplish. Okay, so when I was setting up my stove, this was difficult to do by myself. The stovepipe kept leaning left or right, so I had to stake it out, which it has 3 little hooks at the top. I don't know if you can see those. Got those 2 staked, and then there's one more on the other side that I did not use. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. So that worked great, although it was very challenging to get it up. And the instructions said to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to have it like here, but I just couldn't get it there by myself. I mean, at least I didn't have the patience to get there, so I put it here and it worked. My tent didn't burn down. Now you can see that the color of the piping has really changed. Like, it was all this color and now it's got that seasoned color. It's kind of neat at night. Inside it glows red hot when the wood is freshly burning. So my stove has a little carry bag that it carries, I transport it in, and it holds the stove and maybe half of the stovepipes. So it holds those all really great, and it'll hold that little mat well too, I think. But the other pieces, like the 45-degree angle pipes, there's 2 of those, and that great big thing that's attached to the zip-in fire protective shield, the big silver triangle shaped thing. I'm gonna have to have a different container for that. So I'm trying to figure that out on this trip, how I'm gonna store it all, transport it. I think I have one tub that will be good for that. That's kind of awkward. Like, am I gonna have to take that, the rubber off of that cooling pipe every time to store it? I really don't want to have to do that because it's not easy to get on. I got to figure that out. I had a couple of rugs to put in here that I completely forgot to bring. They're like outdoor rugs to help keep the floor clean, because you can see I have little hanky footprints all around. These are rugs we used to use with our old tent. So this is how I have the tent set up. There's Hank's bed. Cover him up with that. It got down to freezing last night. His dog water froze out there, or had a film of ice on it. And bless his heart, he was cold. But I had him covered up in that big flannel. It's a duvet cover. So it was 4 times on him. So he had his big bed. And then my bed's over there. The stove kept us nice and warm, but I did have to put wood in it. You know, it's not a great big stove. the wood doesn't burn all that long. I had to put wood in it every about 2 hours. So I did that twice, and then I just slept through the cold. And when we got up about 6 a.m., I put more wood in. So it was toasty in here for the morning. I bought this firewood. Now here's one of my fails. I read a thing here at the campground that you're not supposed to transport firewood because it transports pests that then are non-native and they invade the area and then kill trees. So I don't know what to do about that exactly, because this wood burning stove needs short pieces of wood. Like what goes in my fireplace at home would never work here. And what they sell here at the campground, I looked at it, it would never work here in this wood stove. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. My friend has a little portable chainsaw. That's an option. Buy the firewood at campsites and just cut it in half. So that might be what I end up doing, I don't know. Hank's taking a nap because we're both tired because we didn't sleep great last night. First night, he kept getting up. He was like, what are we doing? He usually sleeps in the bed with me, and he was not in the bed with me. I moved him right here in front of my bed. But anyway, it's so nice out now. We've got the windows open, and actually I think we're gonna take a little nap. Sadly, my Coleman cooktop died, and thankfully I had this little gas burner set up with me. This is my water. I'm making some hot tea. Thankfully I had stuff that I had purchased a long time ago for through hiking, which I never through hiked, but I still bring it with me on camping just to make my tea, and didn't really need it but had it in here, and I'm so glad because my Coleman camp stove completely died. I just threw it in the dumpster. It was kaput. Okay, I am packing up. I've got my tent emptied out. I'm about to take it down. I wanted to show you what I figured out for my camping arrangements. This had my toiletries in it. That had my change of clothes, and that together next to my bed made the perfect little night table. And I could sit on the bed. Hank, quit chewing on your leash. Quit that. No, sir. I could put that on my that made my nightstand. If I needed to get dressed, I could just sit down, grab the tub, get what I needed out. It worked great. This is all of my camp stove stuff, in addition to that has the whole actual stove and has maybe 4 of the stove pipes in it. Oops, I just realized I forgot the grate. I'll get that back in there in just a minute. And my gloves are in end zipper. Okay, that's camp stove. This is all my kitchen stuff. Wipes, the Coleman lantern, my little collapsible sink, my burners. I think I told you that my Coleman stove died. Well, then I called my husband and told him that, and I had already put it in the dumpster here, and he goes, honey, I can probably fix that. I went back to get it. Someone had already snagged it out of the dumpster. I watched a YouTube video from somebody else about camping, and she talked about IKEA hacks for camping, and this is one of them. So that has my sleeping bag and my extra blanket that I use with my sleeping bag, both my pillows, and that makes one nice easy thing. It's got carry handles, so that is what I'm using from now on, because you know it's impossible to get your sleeping bag back in that little round roll and stay perfectly. I do have a portable toilet that I keep in the tent for like middle of the night or first thing in the morning. I have these little things called Biffy bags, and the Biffy bags are great because they're totally self-contained. You go to the bathroom, you tie it in a knot, and it zip ties up, and you don't have any worries. So that's great for middle of the night. This is a great chair that my daughter and son-in-law gave me for Christmas, and I loved it. And it was my first time to really use it, and it was great. There's my Jackery. I use that to charge my phone at night or anything else that needs charging. This is my little air mattress that goes on top of my cot. That's my foldable cot. I did not pull out the storm fly. I bought that. I'll try that out next time. And this was a box I had in the back of the car that had a bunch of the IKEA stuff. Some of this is for my home. These two little things I think are going to be great this summer when I go camping with my girlfriend. We go to Colorado or somewhere out west each summer. And this, even on this picnic table, works great to slide up, and you can put like your paper towels in there, or your napkins, your whatever. I got a bigger one that'll hold the plates, and I think those are going to be great. But for now, those are just going home. So I'm not going to show the packing up process, but I will show you my car when I'm all finished, because you saw me coming here. It was a really haphazard parking job. Oh, one last thing, this IKEA hack this other lady recommended. These little bags are perfect for putting muddy shoes in, so you don't get all your other stuff dirty that's in your bag. So I'm about to put my hiking shoes in there. Okay, I'll show you some car packed up after. All packed up and ready to go home. It is very full. And I do have a few things here in my second row, just on this side. That's the ground tarp, and it had a lot of mud on the underside, so I didn't want to put it in its stuff sack, and I'll just clean it out. The wood stove is underneath. That's the wood stove. And then just my bag of food and my backpack. Okay, got to make my last trash run, and then my water, my cup on the table, and we'll be ready to go. It was a good weekend, good break-in. Learned some things to do differently, and I hope you learned something from it. If there's anything you'd like to see me include in a video, let me know. For now, Hank and I are signing out.